Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Geo Group's 17.5 Outlook, Planning Outlook. My name is Sampath Ranasinghe. I'm the product manager for the group. And this week I have Lucy Zhao, who's the EM for the group. Lucy, do you want to quickly introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, my name is Lucy Zhao. I am the new engineering manager for the Geo team. It's nice to meet everybody.
Cool. And together we'll take you through the planning for the next milestone. So we'll start with unified backups. And unified backups, as you know, is a project we've been working on for several milestones. The idea here is to have a single solution for backing up GitLab installations across all the different types of GitLab offerings we have: Linux package, Docker, cloud native hybrid, source code, and also the different offers we have as well. So have the unified backup solution power gitlab.com and GitLab dedicated. We're starting with unified backups, backing up a 10K cloud native hybrid reference architecture on GCP. Lucy's been putting together the execution plan for this, so I'll hand over to Lucy to talk us through this.
Yeah, for the 17.5 Outlook, what we currently have planned on this is we're going to work on the following: load context and source config. So some of the work that we're doing with both source and omnibus context will help us set up for cloud-based context. We're also working on a bunch of refactoring decoupling code from the Rails code base. We are working on the object storage restore, and we're starting some of the work on cloud SQL backup. And we've got a couple more things, which is the configuration structure and loading. And then the last item we've got is the disk snapshots for Gitlab data. The people that are working on this project are Ian, Akriti, Kyle, and Gabriel, and Mike.
Thank you,
Uh,
Lucy. And I'll just add that we're squarely targeting Cells 1.0 as our target for this backup solution to start with. This is the first iteration of the backup solution. So we are going to get on the ground floor with Cells and be the ambition is to be the backup solution for Cells. At the same time, this same solution can be leveraged by self-managed customers who match that deployment architecture. In due course, we'll iterate to extend support for AWS, Azure, larger architectures, and different deployment models, such as Linux package. Okay, we'll move on to the next large project the team is tackling, which is Org Mover. The Org Mover, we already touched on Cells. Cells is our next generation architecture for scaling GitLab.com. We will have we'll shard the GitLab.com architecture from the current monolithic architecture into shards. In order to be able to move that data into the shards, we need a mechanism to do this efficiently and with minimal downtime. First of all, we'll package up accounts, company accounts into what we call organizations. It's an encapsulation, and then we'll use the org mover to move the organization from the GitLab.com monolith onto secondary cells, which are the shards here. Org Mover is based on the underlying technology is based on Geo, and that's why the Geo team is responsible for building this out. And in this milestone, we'll be tackling a couple of items that's related to Org Mover. The first one is to make Postgres replication, Org Mover Postgres replication technology agnostic. Today, Geo is based on Postgres streaming replication. But ultimately, in the long run, we want to be able to use Postgres logical replication. It gives us the ability to only replicate data that is related to a specific organization from the Postgres database, as opposed to what streaming replication does, which is replicate the entirety of the data. So that's one of the projects that we'll be tackling in this milestone. The other parallel project is to roll out checksumming on GitLab.com. Those of you who know Geo and how it works under the hood will know that we use checksums to ensure that the data is consistent between the primary and the secondary. When it's transferred, when it's replicated. And so we want to get ahead of some of the checksumming that is required to be done on the primary side, which is the gitlab.com monolith, by rolling out the checksumming before we are ready to move organizations. This allows us to iron out any orphan files, any orphan database records and such on the gitlab.com data in preparation for deploying OrgMover to move organizations. Lucy, was there anything you'd like to add around OrgMover?
The only thing I want to add is we have 2 new people on the team that are joining the OrgMover project. They've just started, Nathaniel Silva and Scott Murray. They'll be joining Douglas on this project very soon. They're just starting here, I get that.
That's an excellent point. Yes, it's very nice to have 2 new members in the team. Looking forward to their contributions to OrgMover. Okay, and then lastly, we have a number of miscellaneous items, largely bug fixes that we'll be working through in this milestone. So that concludes our Geo Group's 17.5 Outlook. A warm welcome to Lucy, to the Geo team, and also to Nathaniel and Scott as well to the team. And we will see you next time. And thank you for joining this session, Lucy.
You said, Pat.